Hi, welcome to the making of Last in Time. It's a new video starring Daystorm, Mr. Guitarman, and myself. My name is Antos, and I'm the director and the editor of this video. I've done a bunch of videos already with Daystorm and Mr. Guitarman, and so I knew that with their skills, this video was something that we could do, on a really low budget. The whole production was pretty simple. We shot everything in one location on a green screen, which you can see up here. It's just a simple kind of roll-out big piece of green paper, and then we just had a few of my friends kind of come out and help me while we were filming. The great thing about shooting a video like this on a green screen is that the actual filming is not too complicated, but of course what you do have is you have a lot of work afterwards when you're editing the video. Another thing that was that kind of took a little bit of time was just sort of getting prepared, before we could even start filming, because we needed to get all the costumes. So I spent about a week and a half, basically, before we started filming, just going through all the sort of costume Halloween kind of stores in my area where I live, and I just basically bought these costumes that you would normally use for a party or for Halloween. And there was also a few props and little costumes here and there that I had to borrow from friends and stuff like that. Here you can see me sort of trying out all the different costumes. This was a few days before we started filming, just sort of making sure that we have a costume that looks right for each of the scenes that we planned. So once we had all of that arranged, the filming itself was pretty fun. We literally just got to spend the whole day just running around in our underwear, just putting on different costumes and just goofing off. So I need to get so he's going to be the main one. Jump on it.
Give us a dance. Yeah. Yep.
As you can tell, the Native Americans also wore underwear with stars underneath.
Also, a lot of the stuff that we shot, when you see it in the final video, maybe looks okay, but when you look at the actual raw footage that we shot, it looks pretty ridiculous. And also on top of that, we just had a lot of little bloopers here and there that happened.
That was.
Okay, so you say, for that you start talking like this. Okay. Blah 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 blah.
Are you rolling?
Alright, I'm rolling.
Okay, so roll. Okay, so it's gonna be talking and moving. Okay.
Guys, it's serious acting.
Serious acting.
It's a drama.
Serious, guys, come on. Not seriously, come on.
Okay. Okay, roll. And check. So how in action.
This is how they invented disco.
Rave.
Two-step.
He invented the two-step. Two-step.
To the left. Slide to the right. Crisscross.
Is it? Okay.
Some of you might not realize that Joe Penna, or Mr. Guitarman, is a great improv actor, and here's a few of these long sort of raw takes that you can see that never made it into final video, simply because the video would have been too long. Okay, so you're ready?
And now. That's good. Cut. Okay, beautiful. That's good.
Yeah, I love this improv.
Oh, and here's him playing this little flute that I bought while I was traveling through South America like 5 years ago, and I could have sworn that thing, you know, just didn't work, and he was able to pick it up and just start playing it right away. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you guys how I created the special effects, you know, and some of these shots in this video. Like with anything, you gotta start off with an idea. So you know, I always start by doing a drawing, sort of, you know, of the scene, so I just sort of can plan it out. And it also helps, you know, us later, like when we're filming, so I can sort of show it to everybody who's in the video, and so they get an idea of what's happening. Because when you look at this raw footage here, you know, it's hard to imagine that you're in a war, for example, like you see if you're in this scene. It's pretty silly. But then, yeah, once we get all the footage of everybody on a green screen, then I could just easily, you know, remove that using, you know, like any compositing software. I used Adobe After Effects, but you can use, you know, any program that allows you to remove green screen. And then I kind of place, you know, all of these, you know, separate shots of you know, everyone reacting. And I start putting in basically just photographs, pictures that I've taken or I bought online, you know, or got it from people. And I just, you know, I put in these photos that I think are gonna work. They're all just, you know, flat pictures, and I start putting it sort of like in 3 dimensions. So, you know, some photos are further away from the camera, some are closer, and I just kind of start laying out the scene, see what works. Then I take these photos into Photoshop and I start sort of painting over them, just kind of stitching them. And then once I have the photos kind of stitched, you know, I put them into After Effects altogether, kind of adjust the colors so that they all match each other better. And then at the end, I just, you know, end up adding like in this one, like all these little, you know, physical effects, like just little, you know, clips of explosions and gunfire, and you see those flames in the background there, that kind of stuff that just adds extra realism to the scene. You know, not that this scene is, you know, I wasn't going for like a realistic look, because this is sort of a, you know, a funny little, you know, a game video, but yeah, just to make it, you know, a little bit, you know, better looking than what you saw at the beginning. If you guys want to find out in more detail how to do actual matte paintings like that out of still photographs, why don't you click here, where you'll be able to watch another tutorial that I did, which is just talks about, you know, how to do matte paintings. For some of the other shots, like this one here, I actually ended up using video clips instead of still, you know, of images of photographs. So here you can see some footage of Lake Ontario. I shot this, you know, in my hometown here in Toronto. I just went to the beach, got these few various clips, and then I kind of stitched them together. I put in the shots of the guys kind of walking up. Then I ended up adding some palm trees. You know, I color corrected the water, and I put in those ships there. And right away, looks, well, it sort of looks like it's, you know, some tropical place. For this kind of a shot, I used a combination of some, you know, some video and then also some 3D generated backgrounds, which I did in Maya 2012. And once again, you can watch the other tutorial, where I'll show you in more detail how to do these backgrounds. And here's one more shot from the Egypt scene. You can see the drawing version, then you can see just the green screen footage, and then here's the final version. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. You know, if you do, I want you to subscribe to my channel and also check out my other videos. Thanks.